today's project is on the truck, GMC Sierra 2500. What we've got, you can see down there, there's a little drip on this T. Right on the T from the base. I've been losing fluid, smelling a little bit of antifreeze, and wanted to go ahead and replace that before something bad happens. Wow, since it is my work truck. So we'll set up the camera here and see what we need to do. I'm hoping not to lose too much coolant. Let me show you the new hose. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. Over here. Here's the new hose from Gates. Got this at O'Reilly's. They had one in stock. But that plastic coupler looks good. These little band, little plastic nylon, whatever they are, couplers are pretty tight. So hoping this will work well. It's a really good, well-made hose. I think it cost $40 from O'Reilly's. Got some clamps to replace the old spring setup down here. Obviously we'll want to remove the intake cap here. I've drained a little fluid from the coolant tank here. We'll see if we can set up the camera here to get a good view without dropping onto the abyss. That's kind of the way. Hope the best. So you all hang tight. Let's see how this goes. We got the old hose out. There's the tank. There's the old hose. We'll look closer at where the crack is. I think it's around one of these edges somewhere, but it's kind of old. It might be original, I'm not sure. But as you can see, very little mess, which is something new for me anyway. So we'll see, get the coolant tank cleaned and come back and finish it up. Alright, we rinsed out the tank. We'll put it back on here. Just have to find that other bolt for it. There's the line up there. Alright. That slid on easy. Obviously your clamps are 5/16. I just have to find my little driver now. Where he went? Oh, there he is. Hiding up there next to the camera. I don't know if you can see this. Get this tightened hand tight, then we'll come back around with a socket and extension and make sure it's right. Hopefully that looks pretty good, nice and soft. There's the other hose here. For this end here to the coolant tank, we'll need a 3/4 to 1 3/4 clamp to fit that. Pick that up at the store. Obviously, if you think about this ahead of time, it makes life a lot easier. So, for once, I actually did that. Going pretty smoothly so far. Obviously we'll get everything tightened. We'll fill back up the coolant, run it let it bleed some. Make sure the air is out of the system. We didn't drain a whole lot. I believe it may be a gallon of fluid altogether. So it's not really low. So you'll see here, with the way the hose is, this comes up to be about right there. So we can probably cut it off. Let's see here. It lines up to do this with the other line here. So we can probably cut it. We can probably cut it about right here. We'll make a little mark and make sure it's nice and flush and it's not yanked on, because that could be why that elbow went to start with. I don't know. Age does wonders. So we'll cut that to fit. Always remember, check it first, and you only have to cut once. Alright, so there's our kind of our line up there. A little bit extra won't be bad, so we'll take our little cutters here and bend it a little bit and snip it right through. That'll be a nice piece of extra hose for a liner or something. Don't forget to put your clamp back on. That is nice. Very supple. Yeah, do this with my Suburban too, I think. It may be running on the original hoses from 02. Obviously this is a plastic tee here, so you don't want to go too tight. But you don't want to be so loose that it breaks while you're driving. Obviously this will go up to your heater core. Make sure everything else is tight. So that feels pretty good. And there's a little clip right here where it'll fit into. Oh yeah, nice. Very good. That looks good. It's kind of close to your dipstick there, but looks good. Let's see what we got. Looks pretty clean. Don't forget to plug your low coolant light back in. It's kind of wet where that connects. Let's see if we can dry that. There goes the ratchet. Dry it off. Hopefully it won't short it out. Plug back in. This harness has your MAF sensor as well. There we go. Tighten these back up good. Obviously we'll run it next once we get it back together. Double tighten everything. Try it out Monday. Let's see what happens. Obviously plastic again. New clamps and a new hose, so you still have to kind of make an indentation on your rubber to get it to hold. Overdoing it will not be your friend. So there we go. All the other hoses, probably original. They don't look too bad. I do about 200 miles a week on my route, so at this time we're going to leave the hoses alone and just kind of fix it as it needs some work for the moment. See how it goes. We'll go ahead and pour our fluid back in and let it kind of settle while we'll let it settle in, and then I'll do a video of the cold air intake for you. The tank's pretty full at the moment, as you can tell, so we'll let let it settle there for a smidge, and put our cold air back on.